Saturday. Let's just be honest. Feelings are not wrong. They're not inappropriate. We don't need to feel guilty about feelings. Feelings shouldn't be judged as either good or bad. Feelings are emotional energy. They're not personality traits. Melody Beattie. As we wrap up week two's focus on practicing honesty, I'm thinking of this line in O Holy Night. He knows our need. To our weakness is no stranger. Anger, sadness, fear, shame, and confusion are just a few of the feelings that are often illuminated when Christmas feels blue. Yet none of them are strangers to God. Each and every one of our feelings is familiar to God. I wonder how you're doing engaging with some of these primary feelings. Is it comforting, difficult, challenging, healing? We all intersect with processing in our own unique ways, but as we wrestle with practicing honesty together, I hope we can feel less alone in the middle of our experience. Recently, I talked to a mom whose daughter died by suicide about 6 weeks after our son. The conversation was extremely raw and vulnerable, with intense pain emanating from both of our broken mama hearts. Yet in the middle of deep grief, there was also a solidarity and comfort in knowing we weren't alone in the feelings, and could be completely and totally honest. There was no need for pretense, minimizing, or justifying. We were both able to say freely, "It's so hard, it's so sad, and we're so mad, so hurt, so confused, so tired of not feeling like ourselves." Despite the pain, we could breathe a little easier when we said goodbye. Knowing she exists helps me, and knowing I exist helps her. But let's just be honest, we can't practice honesty with everyone. Not everyone is a safe person with whom to share what we are really thinking and feeling. When we're fragile, the last thing we need is someone who wants us to snap out of our feelings as quickly as possible. I know whom I can practice honesty with and whom I can't. Often the best place to practice first is with myself. Noticing what's really going on in my heart, living with the fullness of a wide range of emotions, and not trying to squeeze out the hard feelings are not easy tasks. My default is to fall into the trap of minimizing my emotions. In fact, I've been working on that for over 2 decades and still find it difficult. What about you? How hard is it to practice honesty with yourself, with others, with God? What helps you let your guard down and connect with what's really going on under the surface in a more meaningful way? Developing a wide range of emotions is a learned skill that takes a lot of time and practice. But I hope we will all keep doing what we can to notice what's happening inside our heads and hearts and bravely express that in whatever ways help us. Maybe it's a conversation with a trusted person in our lives, a therapist or spiritual director, or expressing ourselves in a journal or through music or visual art. There are many ways to practice honesty with our feelings of anger, sadness, fear, shame, and confusion. It's not about getting it right or making sure it all comes out perfectly. That's exhausting. And our weary hearts don't need more rules or expectations that squeeze hope out of our lives. We just need a way to let out some of what's inside. When we do, we often find that in the middle of all the hard, there's good too. We find that part of our story, God's story, the Christmas story, the human story, and the world's story, is paradox. Contradicting things existing in the same space and time. It's hard on a heart and soul to hold paradox together, but it's profoundly healing too. That's what we'll dive into in week 3. Until then, consider some of the following practices and reflection questions to cultivate practicing honesty this week. Let yourself feel what needs to be felt. A prayer for practicing honesty. God, I want to be honest, but it's hard to be honest too, with myself, with others, and you. These feelings are hard. These feelings are real. These feelings are scary. Help me hold them. Help me honor them. Help me let you hold and honor them with me. Help me keep practicing honesty.